Oh, there we go. Check this out. Ah, old green screen. Down the wood river. Alright, cool. Now I can see it. Ain't that too cool? I was watching Jeff Friend's channel just now, and he had a Sprite can. You can go in here, and this is too cool. I don't know why nobody's doing this. This is too cool. But you can use a green screen, which I've got mine set to blue. So I've got a blue shirt on. Is the volume and everything good? Because it's showing I can share my screen and all that. I'm gonna have to fool around with this some more. Might be my new streaming deal. Okay. Man, I'm gonna have to get me like a blue or green blanket or something too. That is too cool. But anyway, I was watching Jeff Friend's channel, and he had a Mountain Dew can or something, and he would raise it up, and it would turn invisible. And it gave me the bright idea to do something like this. And you can set your own back things in the green screen. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, Bob. Actually, I'm gonna come clean. I've tapped into the wood booger's abilities to cloak. I found their secret up in that cave. Are they? Wow. Oh, I see. Yeah, it must be reflecting or something. I need like a whole blue backdrop. This is too cool. I'm probably failing the test miserable. This is pretty cool though. I actually like it better than the other live deal. I'm the booger. This is so silly. All right. Let's see what else they got on here. Does anybody use this? Anybody in here use this? It's got a screen share. I should close some of this stuff down. Hang on, let's try something here. I'm trying to open up my. Is it laggy or anything? Is it buffering for anyone? I've got it hardwired in too. I feel like the Predator or something. Somebody just said that. Let me see if I can screen share. Hang on one second. If I can get my computer to work right. All right, let's see if we can screen share. Screen sharing is easy with two monitors. Yeah, try it. Oh, what the heck? Share. What does application window mean? I'm using my phone. Does that count for a monitor? Let's see. Do that. Use this one. Stand by. I'll just do the entire screen. I want to do it. There we go. Okay. So here's the things. I took some pictures today with some different light. So what I've noticed, and I've got pictures to compare them. This dude's now got like a head on him. This has got a cross through it, and there's an X here. Somebody else said they noticed something. Is that Sharon you all? Yeah, Sharon. All right, cool. Uh, Let me see something. I think that's basically the same. I took several pictures. I thought I deleted some. I'm kind of excited about the plate down here. The plate and the pen. Something else I noticed whenever I didn't even look whenever I was there. The little green leaves that were stuck up in the crack in the ledge. The last time they're gone. I think somebody might have mentioned that in the comments too. They're gone now. And there was something else. Oh, the root. I noticed it was gone too. I went back and looked over both videos. They're gone also. That I don't know. It looks brown to me, but I'm partially colorblind. People saying it looks red. It looks brown to me, but I don't know. I think it might just be dirt or something. You can actually see there's lines in there, then like a smudge. So I'm wondering. I don't know what is she even using to do this with. And I tried rocks and the deer bones and a stick, and I could get nothing out of it. I didn't. Just that little metal point on the screwdriver kind of looked similar, but not really. I know it's totally different in like real life and then on video, but maybe we can see better in the pictures. I don't even know what's going on with this. People say it looks like a stick structure, and I can kind of see that too, like a teepee type deal. Yeah, someone else said that that they're stronger. Maybe that's how they're doing it with the rock. Hello, Squatch team. Catfish, what's going on, buddy? I think I forgot the other rock up there. I was going to take it. Uh, Look like the Geo type deal, whatever they're called. And someone mentioned in the comments about don't take their nut smashing rock, which I don't think that's the one they use. That rock wasn't there before. It could have been because uh, if I I've got a rock somewhere. Stand by. All right, so we'll finish looking at these. See, it looks like they maybe even like a little frowny thing on it, or a mustache or something. I don't know. I meant to pour water over this too, see if I can get any more detail out of it. It's just kind of blurring now. Beard, maybe. What was that? No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen nothing strange like movement or anything like that in a while now. That's the last time actually. The one in the creek. And I don't know what this is supposed to be. Pac-Man or something maybe. I'm gonna have to start looking at all these little crevices. I want to go up to the other one, the one that whenever Angie and Jim were down here, I took them up to it. I want to go up there and look inside of it, see if there's anything in there. Seems to be a artistic looking feller. I don't know what this is either. I don't know if it's supposed to be an animal because it's kind of strange. Maybe I don't know. That's kind of why I did the two drawings on the plate that I did. Anyway, oh no, what I do? Okay, there. And anyway, this rock here, really, that is weird. I wonder why the rock's doing that. See if I can fix this. There we go. This rock here, I found up by the Gibson stump. If you look at the bottom part, it's tapered off like that part there is just it's smooth. It's like glass. It's so smooth. And then in the one side here, it's got an indentation, and I think it was a tool used to crack nuts or whatever. I mean, it's the indentation. It fits perfect in my hand. Anyway, I found it up there by the Gibson stump. I don't know if that was a nut crusher, but I mean the rock is force. I mean it's just smooth on a couple sides. I guess right or left handed, but like where you put your thumbs real smooth, and then around it where your hand actually touches. And I think they used it. This camera's backwards. It's messing with me. I think they used it to crush nuts with. Yeah, yeah. That's the Pat G. That's where I got this idea from. Here's the background he was using. I'm gonna email him about it because I didn't know StreamYards did this, and this is just too cool. I'm kind of silly anyway, so I figured I would You could upload your own background. He's got his on default, but I'm gonna upload another picture. There's a nice brick wall. Yeah, I think this one's for maybe grinding down stuff or whatever. I mean, that edge is all rough, like it was used to beat on stuff, and the rest of it's all smooth where the hand has come in contact. I guess left or right hand, like the. But this side here is pretty rough, except for the thumb hole. The rest of it's, I don't know how good it's picking up. You can see how shiny that is compared to this side. It's really smooth, like it's been used a lot. It's some sort of tool, I'm sure. And I found it left up there next to the on the trail next to the Gibson stump a couple years ago. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Exactly. There's a name for them that people find them. It's called Celt, I think. I've done it now. Let's see if I can find it. All right, let me share the screen again. Where was that? I can have guests on here too. I don't know how all that works. I don't know where the. Oh, here it is. Now here's the Celts. You can see it looks similar to that. I think Angie's the one that told me that. Snow White Bigfoot. Where did it go? Anyway, that's what I think they are. Pretty cool. They show some of them like our axes or whatever, but I mean, this thing, it just fits in your hand so good. I think that's what that was. I've got a bunch of arrowheads and stuff that I've dug around and found around here too. Pretty neat. So this ain't lagging at all, or no, your all's not buffering or anything. That's awesome. So this is a lot better than the other way I do it. this one. I like that one the best. If I got anything else blue in here. Oh, I could do it outside. It's just really cold right now. This would make a cool shirt, wouldn't it? This camera's backwards. It's messing me up. Yeah, I showed the pictures a while ago. I guess I still got them up. To figure out how to do that again. -22. It's not that cold here. It's down in the 20s. The above 20s. This is now the pictures are behind that. You go away. Let's see if we can find. All right, so this is before. That was last weekend. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of arrowheads and stuff that I found around those, especially one down here by the by the road. Excuse me. Here's the after one. Wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. Stand by. What's going on here? All right. Here's here's the after. This one right here, I did that. I did that with the screwdriver thing. This is probably not the best example. We'll just flip through them. At the first one. And I just wondered about these up here. I wonder if after a time it does these, because that to me, and maybe it's just pareidolia or whatever. To me, that kind of looks like a body of a deer or some kind of animal up here. I just don't know. I mean, there's some of it looks like older stuff, like this over here. All this, I don't know. I wonder, do any of you all have the StreamYards? I don't know what that is. If you look at it closer, there's actually, it looks like a scratch underneath of them. At least this one is. Like one of these over here. I don't know if it's dirty fingers or what's going on with that. It looks brown to me. Maybe it is reddish tinted. We do have red clay mud around here. And there's actually some down in here too, right in here. So I'm not sure. Crap. Wrong button. So that kind of gives you the size of it, all that. Yeah, I was watching the Jeff Friend. He was on live a while ago. He had a cam, and it had a green screen. Everybody was tripping out over it. It just gave me a good idea. I've been wanting to check out StreamYards anyway. Here's one of the better arrowheads I found here. There's a spear point. I probably should be done. Hang on. We'll finish these pictures. See, I don't know. People say it looks red. It looks brown to me, but I'm a little bit colorblind. But it looks like it does have a scratch there, and I can't tell if there's one here or not. And then you got this down here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. It's interesting. I want to see if they come back to it. I said I left the tangerine, the plate, and stuff up there, and I put the bird egg in the great big duck egg in the bird nest up there. Just as kind of as a joke. I wonder if they'll think it's funny. I don't know if it's blood. I don't think it's blood. Somebody mentioned maybe they're using their fingernails to make those scratches. I don't know. That seems like it'd be painful, but who knows? I don't know. I don't like the idea of scratching my fingernail across that. But who knows? I mean, I guess they're pretty tough, so maybe it don't really bother them too much. I think they're gonna eat the egg. This trade is flying by. I can't keep up with it. Let's turn this around. The road. Not sure. I have folks that saying it looks like a structure. Maybe. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's all pretty strange. It's pretty exciting for me. I've looked for whenever I go out and do these rock videos and stuff. I've looked for stuff on those rocks before. This is the first time I've ever found it. Pretty interesting. I thought about putting a game camera up there, like taking a radio. I don't know what it is about game cameras, but as soon as you stick a game camera out, the activity stops. Like whenever they was picking on my window before, and I put the game camera up, it stopped. I don't know if it's the infrared on them, which I've done other tests with infrared motion detectors and stuff like that. That didn't seem to bother them. They would set off the motion detectors, but they sent like a constant beam of IR out instead of whenever that camera, a game camera takes a picture, it does that flash of IR light. And maybe they know something's up with that. Plus, I mean, you got to think about it. Out in the woods, if you stick something like that up there, it's got our smells all over it, like human smells, and the fumes off the four wheeler and all that. Just me handling it, it's got all my smell on there. And I think these guys have really good senses, just because they're not, their eyesight, they're not staring at a computer screen or being doing the destructive things we do, like our hearing, being around loud noises and all that. I bet they've got very, very good senses. I mean, how they make their living, they depend on stuff like that. But putting a game camera up there, I thought about, I don't know, people say they think they can sense electronics, and maybe, possibly. I mean, that's as good a theory as any. So I thought about putting a radio up there for a couple of reasons because, a radio going might get them curious to come up there and look for the cave and then get a picture of them with the game camera. Plus, the radio's giving off electronic frequencies or whatever too, and maybe it would mask it. I don't know. But then I got to thinking, every time I've done something to try to be sneaky, they get mad about it, and they're little brats. They're such brats, and they won't do nothing for a while, and then I'm just about guaranteed they would abandon that cave. I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of leery about going back up there, but just it's my curiosity. It makes me want to keep going back up there to see what type of changes that they do. Which I don't think they'll be up there very long. Heck, they might be gone now. They might have done that the day after I left last weekend. They might have done that. I don't think they stay around in the same spot very long. That would not be a very good strategy for them because they would eat up all their food resources and be easier to locate. They would leave more sign of them being there, which apparently this one don't really care about leaving signs. I don't think it's I don't know. Yeah, I mean they're not around chemicals like we are, getting chemicals and stuff, smelling them and smoking, all that good stuff. I, I bet their senses are a lot better than ours. I think that would be a good place to camp out. It'd be, I don't know, it'd be kind of. I don't know if I want to do that one by myself or not. But there's really only one approach to that cave. I mean, it's a highly strategic spot and it's very well hidden. There's an it's over on the hunting club's property. It's right over the property line from me, and there is a road that goes over top of it. But if more than two people know about that's alive today, I would be surprised because you can drive right over it and not know. Same as the moonshine cave over there that I used to go to. I need to go back over to that one too. I haven't been there in a while. Last weekend, whenever I went in there, I was creeped out. I mean, I got creepy vibes big time, but this time that wasn't there at all. That wasn't an issue. But yeah, it did make me kind of nervous last time. But I think last time it was just there. I mean, had been there very recent. There's actually a print, and you can kind of still see that print up there. And I think it's more of a oily print than water. I think they got a lot of oil and stuff on their skin because they don't bath regular or anything. And I think it's more of a oil than water that was on that rock. But yeah, I definitely got some vibes that first time. It was creepy. And I usually don't get those vibes. I don't know why. I don't know if I was just freaking myself out or what. Oh, Sue. I need to start taking more pictures. If I'm going to do this, then start taking more pictures. That's a video. I think I did take another video today. Yeah, I know I did. This was pretty. That's pretty creepy. I just wonder where they got that. Probably someone's lost that off a four wheeler or something. They've picked it up somewhere. I do too, Pappy. It's actually a sandstone up there. It's all mostly sandstone around here. And then you got some limestone too. But it's mostly sandstone, these places like this. Oh, Mark. Well, whenever we came up there, I'd walked around down below it. Like this is above uh, creepy or stinky holler over here. And I walked above it because on the other side, you can see down that holler real well. And I've got video from that too. Well, Bailey had caught up with me, and I was walking around and looking down that holler because, like I said, you can see the whole holler from that one side. There's not much trees or anything in the way. And all of a sudden, she took off like her best friend was there and took off, started wagging that tail and went that way. And I knew it was over towards the cave, so I went over there to follow her. I don't know where she went or whatever, but I figured I'd check out the cave. But she just seems to be friends with him. Yeah, it's all basically sandstone around here. There is limestone and stuff too, but it's mostly sandstone. It accumulated around here and made all these formations about 4,000 years ago. You can read about it in a book called the Bible. There's a great flood and washed all that in here. Yeah, these leaves were gone this time. If you go back and look at the video from last weekend, these leaves are here. Then if you look, and I didn't even notice this time. Watch today's video, the leaves are gone. Yeah, I was down. This was on up closer to the top of the ridge. This place is right on top of a ridge line, just about. And there's a big holler down in front of it, and then a little point that jets out on the, like if you're facing out the cave on the right. And I was down on that point, like, and she ran out over towards the cave and was, I mean, just with her tail wagging, just happy as can be. She's gonna go meet a friend, and that's how she does every once in a while. One of these, I never did find the other one. One of them was still in there, and the other one was gone. I don't know. I wish I took a, I wish I took a picture of that handprint now. That was too cool. Split them suckers right open. And that rock there was the same one. If you go back last year and the year before that, whenever I went to this cave, this rock was always sitting at the entrance. And now it's down there, and it's put back at the entrance now. Whenever I went back today, it was put back where it always was. The other rock. I have no idea what that stuff was on the ceiling. I have no idea. It was slimy, mushy though for sure. I don't know what that was. It was kind of gross. Might have been a booger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those are definitely acorns off a red oak to be exact. Make a rock stack. I mean, I guess I could have. I left the plate there, and I hope that they've not left the cave. I wanted to go back and do it sooner, but been working and busy and all that. You make it back up there. No, I've seen quite a few squirrels this year. What I haven't heard or seen much of this year is coyotes. And I haven't seen many deer this year either, but I've seen several squirrels. It used to be, man, you'd hear coyotes here about every night and see deer whenever they was out feeding coming home, but I haven't seen that many this year. That might be in that gate stone. I know the other one was. You know, I've got several from around here. Mm, it's probably about a mile and a half, maybe close to 2 miles away from here. Yeah, the Native Americans, that was one of the staples of their diets was acorns. Of course, you have to process them first and what leach them out or whatever. But yeah, you can make bread out of them. Well, I mean, you know how it was here. There'd be coyotes all the time out there, calling and howling back and forth. And this winter, especially, I haven't heard that much of them. Just a couple times that I can remember. Why don't you just post it online, Mark? What one place? What one place are you talking about? At LBL? It's another thing I meant to do was look up I meant to look up honeysuckle leaves because I think that's what those green Wait a minute, am I still here? I hit the wrong button. Am I here? Okay. Well, that was easy. Man, this is a lot easier than OBS. Wood booger. I need like a big blue blanket or something. What the heck was I doing? Where'd y'all go? Check this out. Because I think this is what those leaves was. It was definitely there was a honeysuckle vine growing outside that cave, and it still had the green leaves on it. So let's see what they're good for. Now this is the first time I've ever seen those markings. I think they would eat roughage. I mean, why wouldn't they? I would assume if they got hungry enough, they would eat bark or whatever. According to the experts, honeysuckers has traditionally been used to treat a number of health conditions. Different parts of the honeysuckle are used to treat different health conditions. Honeysuckle flowers were traditionally used to treat fevers, inflammation, mud butt, and skin infections. Skincare. Well, so apparently it is medicinable. Flowers treat cough and colds. Hmm. Well, we've learned something today. Compound similar to aspirin. Yeah, most plants are. You're right. It's amazing. I mean, just I didn't know honeysuckle was though. I wonder what those roots were. I should have probably. It'd been hard to tell what those were because they wasn't there this time either. As for the flowers, I'm wondering about the leaves. I mean, obviously it's not poisonous. People's. I would think that boogers eat all kinds of roughage. Jelly? That's what I'm thinking, Darla. I mean, actually, that's what I was thinking. I'm just wondering what those roots were. And, it's got a lot of there's a lot of letters in some of these words. Comparable to blackberries, blueberries, and flavonoids, whatever the heck. I mean, they're tasty. Hmm. Wonder if it got a hold of some mushrooms that was in that cave. Some kind of psychedelic plant was in that cave having some kind of vision quest. It wasn't ginseng roots. I know what those look like. It wasn't yellow root. Might have been like rattleweed or something. I don't know. Poison ivy roots. And it used the honeysuckle to cure itself from the poison. No, there was no smell to it this time. My nose is also stopped up. I think I've got bloody cold. Might need some honeysuckle leaves or something. Cure it. Anti-inflammatory, respiratory, antibacterial. Herpin. Antiseptic, cleaning agent, antimicrobial. Man, honeysuckles is just really good for you. Hmm, keep this in mind. All right. Oh man, green screen is awesome. Yeah, honeysuckers, they grow everywhere around here. Onions. I wanted to get some. Hang on, let me try something here. Ah, look here. Brilliant. Sassafras has yellow roots. I thought they was red roots. Yeah, this is a blast. I like learning new things. Somebody else say something so I can share it. That fish. This is too cool. So that's how they do it. I always thought they was magical or something. There. Probably D. Hoosier. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some more blue shirts. Spear point. I've actually got a couple of spear points. I've got some more of these. I got one that's really cool. There's 2 spear points. This camera's all backwards. Trips me out. There's a little green screen arrowhead. Some of these, well, about I got one that looks like a little star with a flat bottom, but it's got 5 points on it. It's real small. It's smaller than that one. Smaller than this. I don't know what they use those for. Maybe squirrel or fishing or something. And it's pink looking. It's a pink piece of flint. It's really cool. Here's a sexy one. Wait, green screen. There's one. Yeah, that was a good one, Pappy. I try to send the better ones away. No, that's just there's another little rock cliff down here by the road up toward the head of the holler. And I've got videos on it too, but I used to go up there and dig them all the time. And there's one spot you could dig about a foot in the ground, a little bit over a foot, about 14 inches in the ground, and the dirt would become hard packed. And that just shows what it was hard packed because the Native Americans were in there stomping around. But that one spot, I had a sifting screen and a shovel and all my basic archaeological tools. And I would sit there and dig around, and you could dig a couple inches below that hard packed soil and find those arrowheads and stuff. And I found some out in the gardens and out in the fields after a rain or whatever. You can walk out in the fields and find them. But I found several little chips. I think I seen a chip in here where they would sit in there and flake. They would flake them. And some of these things, man, are razor sharp. I mean, they're really sharp. I've got a whole jar full of just flakes and stuff. Need to find those. I'm going to put up somewhere. Very common here. There's several events that went that way. Yeah, I'm kind of a rock hound too. I'll walk around the creeks and find rocks and such. What are you talking about, Mark? I just saw something. Oh, really? Is there something new out on that story? It was last year. Remember they found all those ponies and stuff uh, here in Kentucky, and then another event happened with the llamas. That was over. That was west of me. A knife. That'd be cool. Yeah, it makes me sick that they cover it up. I mean, there's 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 things out there in the woods that folks ought to be aware of. Now, personally, to be honest, I don't think boogers, Bigfoot are out to hurt people. I think it has happened and it probably will happen again. I mean, I'm sure you could definitely get a rogue one out there or one that's just having a bad day. But I don't think that's their life goal is to go out and kill people. I don't think it's like that at all. If it was, then I doubt I would be here. I doubt a lot of people would be here if that was the case. I think if they go out and something happens to a person, the first thing that happens, like say someone goes missing and hey, he was out in the woods. First thing that happens is those woods are flooded with people out searching for that person. So boogers they're not stupid. I think they know that, and that's one of the reasons they don't do it because believe it or not, they want to remain hidden. What perplexes me the most is they don't they want to hide from us and they want to that they go out of their way to stay hidden. But then you got situations like happens here and Angie's place or Dee's place or whatever. If they come in and try to make contact with people and do hit the house or throw rocks or move stuff on them or leave gifts and all that. So I don't know. That's just kind of one of the little mysteries to me. Why, if you want to stay hidden, why would you do stuff like that? Right. Catfish, like yeah, people like catfish that's had these close encounters. I mean, or like Carrie or whatever. If they wanted you, there ain't nothing you can do about it. They're pretty good at that for sure. Uh, yeah, I don't think they want much to do with us, but I mean, it's curious to me that they do. Sometimes they'll just straight up go out of their way to let me know they're around. You know what I mean? And I think it's more of an entertainment thing to them than anything to watch me run around like a crazy person because I'm really good at it. But yeah, it's just sometimes like smacking the house or throwing rocks or doing this. One will call over here, then the other one will call over here, just misdirection, have me running around like a daggum chicken with its legs cut off. You think that's what they look like, JJ? That's pretty. That's pretty scary looking critter. How about we get Mark Cryptidville on here one night and let him share his wisdoms? I bet he's got all kinds of good stories. Where'd it go? Yeah, I think there's something to that. Now that I think there is something to that, Claire. I've got information from different people, and some of it's works, some of it not so good. But yeah, I think sometimes that's what they do. It's exactly what they do. Well, that's what we want, Cryptidville. We don't want no BS. There's enough of that out there, anyways. I've watched a video today. I swear this really happened. This guy was walking around. I'm not going to mention names or whatever, and you could see his breath in the video. It was cold there, snow on the ground, and all that. And he breathed out. You can hear it. It's audible on the video. You could hear him breathe out. And he said he caught it during the. Anyway, he thought it was a Bigfoot being interdimensional, and it was his breath going across in front of the camera. I swear someone really said that. And it's silly to me. Man, it's silly. It's your breath, dude. That really happened, though. What am I talking about? Yeah, Mark does a lot of poking around at LBL. I'm sure he's got all kinds of stories. And it's, my throat's getting dry. But to me, boogers are exciting enough. And I know a lot of these videos, people just walking around, myself included, might be boring to some people, but I think it's exciting enough whenever the real stuff happens, then to throw in some imagination. And putting stuff out there that's just not real, basically. Like my breath's a Bigfoot. The steam coming out of my mouth is Bigfoot. Condensation. So you've got them around your place too, Shane? That's what I was going to look up that. Hang on, stand by. I picked earlier today to see if there was any more news on that youngin. Oh, well, this is good. Hang on. This thing. So this hasn't buffered at all, guys? That's pretty amazing.
Details into what killed a 13-year-old boy in Knott County have not changed. Officials are still investigating what type of animal killed 13-year-old Corey Godsey. As they continue to work, Heinemann Funeral Services is preparing for loved ones to say their final goodbyes. WYMT's Will Puckett has more on the community support pouring in for the Godsey family.
This little boy was killed by an animal Tuesday night.
Of course, I said, well, how could that happen in Knott County, you know?
Danny Terry is the owner of Heinemann Funeral Services, and he is challenged with the difficult task of holding the services for a 13-year-old boy.
It always hurts me, and from little children, from little babies up through, it's just not supposed to happen. Parents aren't supposed to have to bury their children.
In times like this, it is often hard to find a positive.
Everybody's heart goes out to this little family over here on Montgomery Creek that's lost a child.
But Terry says what has come from this terrible accident shows what Eastern Kentucky is all about.
Our community always comes together like that, especially in occasions like this.
People stepping up for a boy they didn't even know. Some coming hours away to help a family do the unthinkable.
A little while ago, a guy came into my office here, and he was from Barberville.
Crossing county lines and giving money to a family who in a short time will be saying goodbye.
He said the teachers and the employees there at the school have gotten together, and we've raised $1,000. We want to give it to you for that little boy's funeral.
Coming together despite the circumstances. In Knott County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
The visitation for Corey Godsey starts at 5 Saturday evening. His funeral is Sunday at 1 at Hyman Funeral Services Chapel.
Bless their heart. What's this up there? Hey, what's weird to me is if it was let's say a coyote or a dog or whatever, why would it be confusing to them as to what it was? I mean, a known animal, it seems like they would be all over that. I don't know. It's like always happens, like with the horses or the llamas or the little boy that got rescued by the bear, stuff like that. You know, I don't think I think they're hiding something. It just keeps happening more and more. Yeah, I mean that's what they always say. And absolutely, I think they know. You seen 3 boogers there, Shane? Where do you live at again, Shane? I like this, man. I like this a lot. I know I asked this a while ago, but I'll ask again. There's been no buffering in this stream. Yeah, bite marks. Look, something like that happens. There's evidence everywhere. Tracks and the signs on the ground tell a lot. Ask any tracker. I mean, tracks and the story on the ground tells the whole story. So they would know. They would know a difference between a coyote track or a dog track or whatever track. They're going to know that. Good deal. No buffering. Well, I guess this is what I'm going to use instead of the other one from now on. You can also record stuff on here, which I like. How is the sound and everything good too? So this is the first time I've ever used this. I like the cool shirt too. Yeah, LBL is it's a strange place. All the different stories and stuff coming out of there. I think it would be interesting to have you on one night, Mark. And definitely want to hit you up whenever I come down there. But yeah, I think a lot of things that have happened because there's more than just Bigfoot out there. I mean, there's other things like ghosts. I've seen 2 ghosts. I've seen a ghost of a dog one time. Both this was in the same house too, and other people had actually seen it before and never said a word to me. But I was sitting on my friend's bed, and he was like at the head of the bed, and I was sitting at the foot of the bed, and I was facing down the hallway. Well, we was, just talking. All of a sudden, this woman that dressed in all white went across the hall, And I just caught like a glimpse of it. And I was like, who was that? He's like, who's what? That's like your mom or your sister. Somebody just walked in that room. He said, no, they're up in Ritchie County. And I said, well, somebody just walked in that room. And we got up and went and looked, and there was nobody in that room. Another night, I was staying up there, and I was sleeping on a couch. And I guess I had the TV on. But anyway, I woke up for some reason, and there was a dog that walked. There's a coffee table. I'm on the couch, and there's a coffee table, and then part of the floor, and then the TV. Well, a dog walked between the coffee table and the TV, and in towards the kitchen. It's a shaggy looking dog. I tell you, it reminded me of that dog on the Brady Bunch. It looked like that, but they don't have no dog in there. And I got up to look, and the dog was gone. It was crazy. So yeah, there's more than just Bigfoot out there, and I think a lot of things people just kind of get them all bunched together and confused. LBL, what? I mean, if it was someone's dog, right? That would have to be a pretty big dog. A 13-year-old boy, it's a pretty good sized lad. If it was someone's dog, then I mean that dog would be a mess too. You know what I mean? And it seems like somebody would have seen something, or I don't know. But yeah, it's a horrible, horrible thing to happen. Yeah, you had the horses here in Kentucky last year, and the llamas. You had that deal too. And llamas are, they're more of a guard animal. So llamas will stomp a coyote to death. I hear you there, Mark. That's why I think they're friends with my dog. I think like loud, yappy dogs, and where mine's female too, I think helps because I did have the other dog that went. I think the boogers got him because my buddy had found him up on top of the mountain, right in the kill box. I'm not sure, Bob, what it works with. I think it'd have to. Yeah, I think you had to choose some kind of browser. I think I went with Chrome because I already had that opened up. It's probably some kind of Google deal for sure. I saw something about the DNA, and I'm not sure exactly. I've looked for it again, and I can't find it. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that news channel. It's a different one. I can't remember what it was, but it said something about the DNA, unknown DNA. I looked for it again today, and I couldn't find it. I can't remember. I think I used Dogpile web search to find it. Actually, Google's pretty shady in some of the stuff they do. They like to they like to hide stuff. It seems to me if it was a regular type of animal, then they would have the mystery would have been solved. Kind of shocking to me that they don't just come right out and claim it to be something that it's not. Even if they don't know, I don't know why they wouldn't just say, well, it was someone's mutt or something like that. Which I guess then they'd have to prove that or something. But to be drug 100 yards up a hillside, I mean, I don't know what the hillside looked like. I don't know how steep it was or anything, how much brush was on it or anything like that. But 100 yards, there's no way a Cody's going to drag a body up there like that. Cody's, they're just not strong enough to drag a body up a hill like that. Not a person that size. Now, a good sized dog or something, yeah, I could see that. But, yeah, they could have got saliva. I mean, the tracks should have told what it was. There's just several ways they could have figured this mystery out. The teeth marks, claw marks. Yeah, I don't see any reason for it either. I mean, it would be unusual for them to do that. And just, I mean, the whole thing's kind of weird. I mean, the place that they done it from was about an hour and 15 minutes south of me, and going down towards the Tennessee line. And anybody knows the geography around here, it was actually southeast of me a little bit. Anyway, the mountains down there towards the heck was it? The mountains down there towards that part of the state are pretty big. I mean, some of the biggest mountains in that, uh, definitely the biggest mountains in Kentucky are down there, and they're pretty, pretty steep. No cursing, please. Thanks. Yeah, I don't think there's no way it could be a coyote. Now there are wolves around here. I myself have seen a wolf up here years ago while I was deer hunting, and it was pretty good size. It was about the size of a German Shepherd. Now, that might be possible. Yellow coat cat. I'm not sure where that's at. So. I mean, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, also, Jason. But I mean, you don't know for sure, and I hate to say something unless I know. But I mean, it's kind of the whole thing's pretty odd. Let me see if I can find anything else on it. And another thing, and I hate this, man, I really don't like this at all, is the news. You know, news is protected by the First Amendment. But, I think part of that should be that they got to tell us the truth. You know what I'm saying? Fake news is a real thing, and it happens a lot. And it's all the news. It's not just like CNN. I mean, it's pick your poison. CNN, Fox, CBS, whatever. They're all fake. And they prove it over and over. And how people use them as a reliable source nowadays is beyond me. I can't trust anything that they put out there anymore. So even if they did know what this was, and I think they probably do, the newsies will report it to us because unless they get some kind of go ahead, and that's just it don't seem to be happening. We need disclosure. People ought to be aware of what's out there. I mean, like if you've got a serial killer on the loose or something like that, they tell about that. You know, it's people's lives could possibly be in danger. People ought to know. Oh, there's all kinds of animals that kill just for the heck of it. Cats, for one, will kill just for the heck of it. Trying to see if I can find that one where I seen them talking about the DNA. What? It was down in Knott County, Kentucky. Here's something new. Hang on. Uh, Apparently there's a 911 call reported to be, this is in parentheses, canine, but police have been unable to confirm the animal responsible for the attack on the young boy. Let me screen share this. Yeah, that's the first I've heard about the 911 call. I don't know if that person's seen it or police warn community to remain hyper vigilant. They do not believe there is an immediate threat. No, if someone just died, there's no immediate threat. What kind of yeah, don't worry. Even though this young lad just got killed. Now I'll tell you what, if something like that was to happen to my kid, I would definitely be out hunting for whatever done it. Oh, they got a GoFundMe for him. Autopsy by State Medical Examiner's Office, Frankfort, Kentucky. Cause of death to be injuries consistent with an animal attack. Authorities weren't able to identify what type of animal was responsible. but they are still investigating. Okay, well, that looks like a pretty steep hillside with a lot of brush on it, too. I wonder if that's where it happened at. I mean, people don't realize just walking through these woods, yeah, that's thick as could be. All these snags and all these trees and stuff, pulling something up that. If you have ever drug a deer out of the woods here in eastern Kentucky or West Virginia or whatever, wherever in these hills, it's a tough chore to get around all that stuff. 100 yards up a hillside. Rain, well, imagine that, in dark conditions. It's been raining too, so now you got a slippery hillside that's being drug up. Rain causes mud, and mud is a good conduit for tracks. So there has to be tracks everywhere. Emelina is the community it was at. Be careful of any type of potential food sources for wild animals. Secure those in garbage cans, containers, whatever you have to do, or don't put them out, which is good advice. And that's strange that they would put that in there because a lot of habituation sites, like mine, for instance, I think the dog food being left out was one of the causes for them to show up here and start in before it, before it all started happening here. Bigfoot was not on my radar at all. It was, like I said, it was an accidental habituation site. However, I've done some thinking before that. My mom and papa used to live here. My mom used to throw the scraps out all the time. I remember one time as a young boy, papa shot a possum out here in the yard. And he told me, watch that, it'll be gone in the morning. Well, that next morning I got up because I don't know, it just struck with me. And I got up that next morning and went out there and looked, and sure enough, that possum was gone. I was a wee lad. I might have been 10, 11 years old, something like that then. I went up there and said, Papa, where'd that possum go? He said, I don't know. I guess his buddy took him off to bury him. So I think there was stuff going on back then too. I remember Papa used to tell me not to go far away from the house at night. Or the woods boogers. He called them woods boogers. Will get you. So I think he knew what was up around here. He never did come out. Probably didn't want to scare me or whatever. But yeah, there's definitely accidental habituation, and that's leaving food and stuff out. Bird feeders. I mean, things you don't even think about. Things I never thought about, even after I knew what was going on with the dog food, like deer corn and stuff. I would put the deer corn out for deer. They got in my barn that time to get after the deer corn, the bird feeders and stuff, anything like that. So I'd say there's the boogers take advantage of that. Easy food for them. You're not the put you in time out. So anyway, I wonder how. I would like to figure out how to get somebody else on here. Get the hey, you like this, Angie? Check this out. It's not cool. You need to get StreamYards. Look, I'm a booger now. You want to come on, Angie? Angie made that drawing for me. Fancy picture. StreamYards. I was watching Jeff Friend earlier, and he had I guess he had his on too. He must have had the green screen on. He wasn't sure what was going on. He was tripping everybody out in the chat, but he had a can, and every time he'd hold the can up, it would show a background like this one's doing. But he had his background set to something different. It was tripping people out. Like I figured it was a green screen, so I figured I'd try StreamYards, and I like it a lot better than OBS. This is super secret government technology. Allows me to do this. Here, now I'm the booger. I could send it to you. I guess I have to email it to you. Email it to somebody to get them on here. Who wants to try it? Yeah, it's the benefits for the secret agents. There's all kinds of stuff on here I'm going to have to mess around with. Hang on. What's this do? Nothing. I don't know. I want it. It's not buffering or anything. It's oops. Stand by. Oh, it's got private chat. Will you try it, Angie? If I send you the link. Or do you? You probably have to have StreamYard. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe you don't have to have it. I think Tracy didn't use this. Or not Tracy. Lord, I'm going crazy. Carrie uses this. Let's try. Who wants to try it? So I never know what's going on. I'm just doing the live test. I'm playing, all right? I've got a new toy and I'm playing with it. Kind of running out of things to talk about, right? No buffering. The sound's good. OBS is gone. It's out of here. I think I'm going to uninstall it. You know, especially like the shirt. Had to go hunt up a blue shirt for this too. I had a green one, but it wasn't working as good. I can have up to 5 guests. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. Yeah, OBS. I mean, I liked it because I was too ignorant to not to like it. So I didn't know that this did so well. But now I like this. I mean, you can screen share with it, have folks on with you. You can download whatever picture you want. Here's my brick shirt. Floating head. And done for OBS. There. Here's our bread. Hounds. You'll be waiting a while if you waiting for me to figure something out. Let's see. Well, here's a question. Have I planned to camp out in the booger hideout? Are you talking about the cave? Yeah, I think I want to do that whenever it warms up a bit. I think I'm going to camp out up there. I mean, if nothing else, it's going to be a great place to camp and to listen. As long as I don't fall over the mountain. Yeah, I guess get streamyards. Any picture you can put any picture you want back there. And like if you had a blue or green background, like a sheet, like a bed sheet or something you could hang behind you and do it like that. That'd be pretty cool. And then, oh, man. You're pretty smart, so you probably figure it out a lot faster than I can. You're pretty fancy with this technology. I've noticed is every so often it flashes out and back 3 times real quick. I mean, it's better than buffering. Buffering, I can't hardly handle all that. I mean, I guess I could camp near it, but yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of places you could camp up there. I think you're just tripping, Hoosier. But again, I don't think they stay in one place very long. Like, it might be off to a different rock cliff somewhere, rock shelter. They probably got places like that all around these hills. But it's good to know that he's coming there. I wonder why the brick shirt does so much better. Yeah, me too, Sue. I just kind of poke around till I get it halfway good, and then I call it good. PM me. I don't think I've got anything else opened up. It'd be cool to observe them anywhere. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, like I was saying a while ago, that comes up, it's like at the head of the holler, and it's actually it comes off of a branch of Stinky Holler. And there's a point that goes down between them. You could probably camp out on that point and look right up into that cave. I don't see it anywhere, JJ. My house now. I'm gonna bang on its walls and I'm gonna eat all its food and bang on its walls and throw rocks at it. See how he likes it. Where'd it go? Wildwood flower. That's cherry tobacco. American Club, cherry tobacco. Sponsoring this video. That's how they do. At least I don't kick baby ducks. You know what I'm saying? Why does that go down there? Yeah, slap on its wall and throw rocks at it and eat its food and such. Why not? Maybe go move some stuff around. I already did that. Demon eyes. And everybody got these type of glasses. I mean, I don't see it anywhere. Wow. This is really slowing down my computer. I know that. Where'd it go? What do you mean? What's up with it? Can't believe you added this to the head. Yeah, I mean, I can let me figure this out again. So there it is before. Well, there it is after. This was added, and I think this appeared, and this, and I'm just wondering about these, if that's like old ones or something. It's like I'm not sure how the sandstone works with the, it's like lime in there too. And I think that might be too. That why? I don't know. I'm sure it all means something. I just don't know. I don't comprehend a booger. Well, that was fast. Yeah, man, I can't see. Hang on. Oh, I need to figure out how to stop this. What are the eggs? I don't know. I wonder why. I mean, I don't know. I wonder what it all means. Check that out. Green screens are great. We're just messing around, Tracy. I do. I need to get a new computer system. Mine's old and slow like me. All right, guys. I believe I'm going to end this one. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm going to definitely use this again, though. This is pretty cool. If I can figure out, it says in broadcast up there, so I don't know. But yeah, definitely check it out. We'll have to get somebody on here. JJ, I never did see what, I don't know what you mean. You shared a PM with me. Not really sure what that means. I don't see it anywhere. It could be Angie. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it has to. I don't know. I guess it really don't have to mean anything. Maybe it's just sitting there and was bored or something. I like the idea somebody said about it. Maybe it was sick or whatever in the cave and had to lay up in that, because with the we looked up the honeysucker plant and it's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. There's something going on outside now. Thanks everybody for joining. Can y'all hear that? Hang on. Hang on. All right, never mind. It was Bailey. Had to move her doghouse because I couldn't get to my wood pile. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining. Have to do this again for sure. I want to get a cool background too. I have to buy me a blue or green bed sheet. That'd be cool. And I could just be like a floating head. But all right, I guess tomorrow I'll probably go back out boogering. I got a few things I need to do here around the house while it's not raining. And yeah, we'll maybe try to do this tomorrow and get like somebody on here. We can figure that deal out too. And we'll try to end this. Everybody have a good night and God bless.